Getting a lot of questions regarding a housing bubble. What are my thoughts? Stay tuned. We'll get right into it. So the industry remains highly competitive. We had a lot of buyers that sat out last year that have returned to the market, saved up money, raised their credit scores, and now they're back into house hunting. So because rates are rising rapidly, almost at 5%, which we haven't seen since 2011, we're getting buyers that want to, flood the market and kind of lock in before they start to go higher. If you were to buy a $300,000 house last year, where the rates were around 3.5%, you'd be looking at maybe $1,350 mortgage payment. Whereas if you were to buy something now, that same property, $300,000 at a 5% interest rate, now you're looking at almost $1,600, right? So that's almost, it's like a $250 difference. So there's a large population of buyers. Millennials, Gen Z are going to make up the majority of them, right? And some are first-time home buyers and some are repeat buyers. And so the repeat buyers are going to have a little more of an edge over the first-time home buyer, right? Because they have had their property for, a certain number of years. They've certainly built up equity within the past 2 years where we were seeing almost 16% year over year appreciation in your value. And so that leaves the first time home buyer to have to make these, extremely aggressive offers in order to compete. So that puts a ton of pressure on the first time home buyer, right? And it creates extremely, extremely high demand. Now, you're not going to know, what type of buyer you're going up against, obviously, but if you're in a multiple offer situation, then you should assume that you're going to be going up against the strongest. So existing home sales are down. We can't build new construction fast enough because of labor and material costs. So when you have a large population of buyers, a housing shortage, high demand, it's going to really heat up that real estate market, right? And that's where we get those, housing bubble conversations. So personally, I don't believe that we're experiencing a housing bubble or some type of market crash. I call bluff. What have we seen? We've seen 16 to almost 30% increases in appreciation over the past 2 years. And I don't think that is going to continue. So where I see the cool down is going to be the year-to-year appreciation, right? So the National Association of Realtors is predicting the appreciation to go down to around 5.7% for 2022. So if we're going to place the term bubble around anything, I would place it around the year-to-year appreciation that we're seeing, right? Because I don't believe we're going to continue at a pace where it's 16 to 17% year-to-year appreciation, right? I think we're going to definitely see a pullback. I don't believe we're going to see quite the pullback as NAR predicts, where it's 5.7% off of 16 to 17%. Maybe there's a 3 or 4% pullback, and then gradually, as we go into 2023, 24, and 25, we start to see those numbers pull back. If interest rates remain at this 5% level and they start to increase, then it may buyers may want to kind of sit the sideline for a little bit, and I think that is what's really going to cool it down. But as of right now, is there this housing bubble where the market is just going to come crashing down like it did in 2008? I just don't see it. That was a completely different situation. You had buyers who had these mortgages that they could not afford, right? And the lending guidelines are much more strict now than they were then. So housing bubble, I call bluff. Thanks for watching. Hope this video was of value. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for weekly real estate content. Have a good day.